This is free Delera on Reaper 1 Skull. This quest is a little bit more difficult than the last one, at least in my opinion. There's just more mobs, and more mobs means more Reapers, more champions. So you deal with some tougher mobs and potentially some really deadly spawn, groups of mobs. So, I'd think about running this one on Elite instead of Reaper. You could always come back and run Reaper in a later life when you have more hit points, because that's basically what Reaper gives you is a ton of hit points. So to start this quest, I'm just gonna chug this haste potion, leave the hireling here, and if you go fast, you kind of like just avoid this entire fight here, and that's what I'm gonna do before everything spawns. These look like Reapers, but they're Wraiths. Of course, if there's a Reaper in them, you want to get that first. Alright, no champion, so I'm just going to ignore that, even though I was taking a fair amount of damage there. The main reason not to ignore it, okay, we've got a champion and an arcane skeleton. Let me get the champion. The main reason not to ignore it is there's going to be a little fight by the door, and those guys will be pelting you while you're fighting. So if you want to make it easy on yourself, you could just get these skeletons out. I mean, even on Reaper, they don't have tons of hit points, but you can see my base damage is terrible because skeletons get damage reduction except for bludgeoning. So, but they're not doing much to me, so my hireling is also not doing much to me. Look at this guy. I think this is the guy who's hassling him. So it's just a judgment call, if you want to waste the time on this or not. I probably wouldn't. I would probably just proceed forward without it normally. But since I started, I wanted to show you just how long it takes to get these on Reaper. Oh, why my hireling is... oh, he's over there. But it does make that fight by the door a little easier. That's the only advantage of doing this. So if I had a Barovian art bow, that'd be another nice thing to try to get for next life, is a Barovian bow. So you only get one... you get one weapon basically for free for running into the mists and then going into the wilderness. And then weapons could randomly drop in the chain. And then beyond that, you get ingredients to make more. So we have a good chance of probably getting at least one more weapon. We have to run all those quests on normal, hard, elite. So I would think we probably would get probably a couple weapons easily. So we should be able to get eventually our bow and quarterstaff, but we won't have that for a few more levels. All right. So you can see why I was saying I would just skip those archers, and we'll probably do that in some other spots, skip with them, because champion chest, nice. Let's see, not nearly as good as the disease one we have, lower level one.
A bright flame flares upwards as the first soul lock is opened.
Alright, arcane skeletons first. There's probably two of them in here. That trap is for an optional chest. I'm gonna just skip it. Okay, let's get these champions. Yellow crown, not as bad. The red crown ones are much worse. And here's the ghastly. You see our Barovian weapon does nice damage on them. They don't get damage reduction like most skeletons do against non-blunt weapons. Their damage reduction requires good, which we have in our Barovian weapon.
2 more locks, and Delera will be released.
Get the Guardian. He's right after the hireling. Let's get the hireling back here. I don't know what the hireling is. I guess the hireling's bothered by that skeleton, so we'll get him before we'll get this skeleton before we start the other fight. You know what? I'm gonna get this Plague Reaper first that I see, because he's probably gonna eventually get to us. Let's just see if he'll teleport up to us. And I'm just gonna wait till the healing debuff wears off. And then he's got a mask, so that should get both of us. Alright, now we'll
You
start.
hear the whispers of a faint female voice as the door sealed is open.
And now we're done. So any archers that are bothering us, we are just going, I'm going to stick him on passive for now so he doesn't attack them all. Any archers that are bothering us, we're just going to ignore. You can see they're doing like 4 plus their arrows have 3 bane damage. That's because he's a... I guess I better get this guy. And I better put just in case we have to go back and shrine, clear it out a little bit. I think this might be the end fight here, so I think we'll be okay. I would like to have a little more spell points for it, but that's fine. So first we're going to get anything that breaks up here. There's a trap that's going to break things. Let me see if I could. I don't think there's any way to disable it. And hopefully he doesn't use up all his spell points here. If he does, we'll probably have to go back and. And I wish I could give this to the hireling, but. Alright, so now we're going to jump down here, avoiding this trap. And this one's a little bit different. You don't get the guy, it just, when this starts, so I'm going to give him some fire protection, and I think that's the main thing. And then I'm going to start this off. I'm going to major buff myself, and then I'll focus on the boss. When the boss goes down, everything goes down. So unlike the other one where the stuff survives, you can see in that one, once Delera goes down, everything goes down. So that's all right. So that's why I focus just on Delera. All right. This is really awesome. I don't know of a better weapon than this at low levels. Let's take a look at this weapon here. Um, all right, it's a keen one, so it doubles the crit range, right? But normally an axe is just going to be 20. So this has a double crit range of doubled. So it does a crit of on 17 to 20 times 3, not just times 2, times 3. You can see the crit profile compared to what we have now. Now it's a lower level weapon, so we're not going to use it now. But next life, I think that's our weapon. We've got so keen one, so just massive crit damage, and then we have a mythic bonus +2. The best you can get is mythic +4, and then there could be a reaper bonus on top of it. So I'm very happy to get this pull. I wasn't expecting it, didn't think I would run this, repeat it to try to get it, but I'm very happy to get this pull. That's just fantastic. It's going to make next life our DPS just be much higher. So that is free Delera on Reaper 1 Skull.